everyone, it's Katie. So this video is going to be about my journey with Oscar. So it's going to show our progress, and I wanted to show that riding isn't about perfection, it's about all those messy moments and mistakes that we all make, and they really want to help us learn. So you're going to see a lot of unbalanced riding, refusals at jumps, all the fun stuff, but I want to show others that it's completely normal and it's okay, and we all start somewhere. So Oscar's a 16-year-old Irish draft cross cob, and he was a cart horse for the first 15 years of his life. So the state took about 20 minutes to even get near the poles. First time I'd been over poles with him, and as you can see, when he's a bit stressed, everything's just fast. So this was the first time I had him over anything solid, and as you'll see, he's quite quick to dive out, which has given me a very upright position, because if you do like a normal jumping position, you would just be on the floor. So here I'm not tapping him with a stick, I'm just catching him with both legs just to get him over it. Once he's been over it, he's generally a lot better, a bit more confident, and he does start to enjoy it. So this was our first ever time cross country, and it was just at a local park. I was actually really impressed with him. He likes natural coloured fences a lot better than anything bright or scary. So that was the biggest I jumped him, was just over these tyres so far, and yeah, I was actually quite enthusiastic. So this was our first cross country course, and as you can see, it was wiggly. Every fence was wiggly. I fell off halfway through because he butted me off, but I got back on and finished the course, so I was pleased with him by the end. Our next cross country course, this was a lot more technical course. It was small jumps, there was a lot of hills and combinations, but I didn't fall off. I think we had one refusal, but I was happy with them overall. So here we just practice a combination, and as you can see, it's a bit disunited and choppy, but that was in preparation for this, our first show jumping. Again, turns, very difficult. I think we refused his first fence, but again, he doesn't like bright coloured things, so he just ran out to the side. So I just turned him round, brought him back round again. He does go to refuse it again, but as you'll see, I just had to really catch him with my outside leg, and we went over it. The rest of the course was fairly uneventful, and I was really pleased with him because it was his first time in a show jumping environment. Our next show jumping competition was at Blue Ridge. It's a lot big, busy arena, about 3 extra strides coming up to that jump. Turning, as you can see, is still a lot to work on. Because he was a cart horse for the first 15 years, he wasn't schooled, so turning for him is still quite difficult, but we did get there, and overall I was quite pleased with him during this course. And as you guessed, he's quite a sensitive big guy, so I do think it's very important to always take your time with him just to chill out. Because he is quite a sensitive big guy, I actually found that going tackless helped him out quite a lot with trusting me, and it also helped me to trust him a lot more. I found he was surprisingly quite comfortable with me during this and did listen when we done tackless, so I was really glad that we tried it because it did make a difference, I think, for building a bond between us. Here we were trying some bareback jumping, as you can see, typical little spook at the start, but yeah, overall we done quite well with this. I think we got him up to it and he was more comfortable by the end. As you can see here, we're now a couple of months later jumping bigger. He's built up a lot of core strength through flat work, so he's now able to carry himself a lot easier up and away from the jumps, which was an issue at the start when we were a bit fast and furious coming up to them. As you can see, he manages to hold himself and jumps it quite neatly, so I was very pleased with this progress. Again, just taking some time to make sure that, because he's a sensitive big guy, just to give him a bit of love and attention, and he did turn out to be a very sweet horse. So this is my first winter with Oscar. For being a really spooky horse, he was surprisingly very good with the snow, so it was nice to get out in that. And again, we carried on a bit more tactless because it really helped him to relax a lot, and it did improve our bond quite a bit. And I always liked after a session, because he's a very sweaty horse, just to take his tack off when we do have tack on and let him have a good roll. So now we're jumping a bit bigger. I put water under the jump just as a make-do filler. As you can see, typical wiggly coming up to the jump, but again, he's got good core strength now and can comfortably carry himself away from the jump. So this was actually where I went to college, but we can use the arena at night. We've got small competitions, so I took him to get him again used to bigger crowds and busy arenas. So because he was nervous, he was quite fast coming up to the jumps, but I was really pleased with him because he wasn't badly behaved, he took it very well. And we actually had quite a nice round. I think we came 3rd or 4th overall. You can see a few extra strides here and there. This was his first ever lap of honour, and by the end we had a few emergency circles to slow him down. So this was my favourite days with Oscar. As you can see, the progress has come on massively. We're now jumping kind of small houses, big solid fences. So yeah, really pleased with his progress compared to where we started. So this jump, oh my god, I did not think it was going to do. I was preparing for a stop, so I got completely left behind. But coming from a horse, I couldn't get over a pole to jump in quite a wide, high 90 centimetres. I was so happy with him. I never would have thought we would have come this far at all. So we might be able to jump in 90 centimetre spread, but for Oscar, since the big guy, it's the small things in life that are quite scary. So I think it's always good just to take things back to basics, introduce spooky objects, and just let him know that it's okay, he doesn't have to be frightened of it, and just kind of teaching him how to react as well. It's okay to be scared, but as long as he's kind of controlling his reaction, it's completely fine. So Oscar is spooky at strange things. He doesn't mind tractors and traffic, again probably because he was a cart horse, but things like a leaf moving out the corner of his eye, a crisp packet, if it's raining and bits of the ground go a different colour, again that's a bit of a meltdown moment for him and he really doesn't like it. So just doing things like this on a regular basis does really help him relax and calm down a bit more, and also teach him rather than just completely do a 360 and run away. He can spook as much as he wants as long as he just controls that reaction. So there is an improvement. At the start he was really spooky about it, but by the end I managed to kind of hold it over me and walk around with him, and he still wasn't best pleased about it, but he would definitely tolerate it, and again was just being a bit more sensible when he was scared, which was what I was hoping for. So here Oscar was spooked by a fish. Like I said, it's the small things. I did begin to really enjoy hacking Oscar after a while. Once the spooking we got under control a bit more, could really enjoy the summer going around the stubble fields and really just letting him stretch out a bit, which he enjoyed as well. So here we had a bit of a break from cross country just because I was away with work. Coming back into it, we did go back a bit. He chucks in a few extra strides, I go off balance and he runs out, so it was a bit my fault as well. So we come up to it again. I think again we just lose strides. I managed to catch him and push him over it, but it was not a very nice jump. So 3rd attempt, we came into it, stride went better, big jump though, but yeah, we got him over the second one, and it is those combinations that I think we find quite difficult because again, he's still quite unbalanced, coming up and going away, which then puts me off balance, so it's harder to catch him on that second jump. So here he is again, just letting him have a nice stretch in the outdoor arena. So Oscar has a weird obsession with small ponies, so here there was ponies in the field next to him, so he was really enjoying having a race up and down. So here we've got on the top our first cross country course, and at the bottom was our last one, and obviously you can see the difference even just in his posture jumping. Looking at this one on the top photo, you can see the amount of muscle we've developed on the top of his neck, around his bum, and we've also lost some weight around his belly, thankfully. So this is my favourite matchy-matchy set. Love matchy-matchy sets, and I love pink as well. Next you'll see our cross-country colours, so that's stockinger we're wearing, and that's got matches to all the Lemieux colours as well. So the main reason I made this video full of bad riding positions and still very much a learning process is because I'm seeing so many negative comments, especially on videos of younger riders who are clearly still learning. So I made this video to show that behind the shiny Instagram posts, that's not what really happens. There's quite a big learning curve involved in riding, and it's completely okay to make mistakes. So if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. Good boy.